Some people call me the space cowboy. Wild West, desperado, rough rider. No, you don't want nada. There's 6 gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo, no.
In TF2, I love to go fast, with weapons like the Big Earner and the Islander, and Scout relies a lot on speed. Scout has a lot of cool primaries, like the Force of Nature, but for me, the coolest is the Babyface's Blaster. The Babyface's Blaster takes the regular speed Scout already has and amplifies it by a lot. 133% speed is enough to run laps around the enemy, but 173%? That's Sonic speed. At this speed, you can basically slow down time and avoid projectiles. Nothing can stop you. You're at the top of the world. Well, apart from when you take damage. It takes 25 damage to lose all of your weapon boost. Just 1 damage loses 4% of your boost. Pistols, shotguns, heck, nearly every weapon deals 25 damage. So the Babyface's Blaster is useless, right? I mean, 25 damage is just so easy to hit. Well, try to hit me. Scout usually is already hard to hit, but at that full boost, you're a lot harder. Even if you lose your boost, guess what? You can just easily get it back. It takes 100 damage to get full boost. And with your scattergun, that's easy. And now we can go fast. I can't lose boost from full damage if I double jump. Yeah, it also reduces your boost by 75% by double jump. Double jumping is the most core part of the Scout. A double jump can allow you to go into areas that you usually wouldn't be allowed to go in. With your double jump, you can avoid knockback, full damage, and even explosions. So the Babyface's Blaster sucks. I mean, you press spacebar twice and your boost's gone. It's terrible, right? A lot of people think that the Babyface's Blaster sucks because they try to play it like the scattergun. The Babyface's Blaster isn't the scattergun. When we don't have boost, we have to be a class that slowly picks at enemies one by one, like the kunai. It takes damage to get speed, so weapons that you can throw work perfectly, like the Rap Assassin and the Flying Guillotine. For this one hit of the Rap Assassin, it builds 50% of your boost. These projectile weapons can be thrown pretty far away, so without actually entering the fight, you can still gain your boost. But even when you have no boost, it isn't a death sentence that people say. 120% speed still makes you the fastest, well, apart from Bull Islander Demo Knights and Scouts. It only takes 100 damage for full boost. That's only a meat shot. Getting boost is pretty easy, but losing it is a lot easier, especially post Gunmetal, where they introduced that dreaded damage downside. Hey, remember when this game was actually updated? Me neither.
But remember the good old days of the Babyface's Blaster? The outrunning of the hitbox, the no damage debuff, and only 25% loss boost for a double jump.
Oh, the hitbox stuff is a lie. The hitbox was never nerfed and it always stayed on target. This myth stemmed from Soundsmith's Scout stereotype video.
At full boost could actually outrun his hitbox.
You could never outrun your hitbox before gunmetal and after gunmetal. Fundamentally, however, it shouldn't have this post gunmetal damage penalty be this much. The Babyface's Blaster sacrifices vertical movement for horizontal movement. Instead of jumping all around the place, you run around the place. And it's a fair trade-off. Why would you want the Scout running at Mach 50 speed and the ability to double jump around the enemy? But let's be honest, we want to jump high and we want to go fast. So let's use the Winger. It increases jump height, practically replaces your regular double jump, and opens up a lot of movement options. Here's a video explaining how good the Winger is. But even if we use all these tips and tricks, like using projectile weapons, switching to the Winger to jump without losing boost, it doesn't change the fact that the Babyface's Blaster is fundamentally broken. So, I have 3 ways to fix this weapon. For the comp player, the casual player, and how I'd balance it. Firstly, competitive. For this, I talked to JPEG, who is much better than me in TF2. He believed the weapon would work best if the Scout's boost increased with each kill instead of damage. With a cap, of course. Sort of like the Demo Knight. He got rid of all the downsides except the 10% slower move speed and said he'd change it to be about 20%. But he said that it needed another downside, which he was thinking potentially reload speed. this is pretty good for competitive TF2, but in casual, this is where it starts to fall. In TF2, there are snowball weapons, like the Bizarre Bargain and the Eyelander, that reward skill. But you see, in casual, there's a large difference in player skill, from Big Chungus 2012 to the God Comp player. So I don't think this would work well within casual, as pro scouts can dominate even more in pubs. For a mix between casual and competitive, we have K2BM, a balance mod for TF2. Firstly, they yeeted the damage penalty stat and added it to reduce slowly over time, and the double jump penalty is changed from 75% to 25%. Now, losing boost over time is kind of a harsh downside, but you can still get that boost back. All you have to do is deal damage. I think personally this is the best way to balance a Babyface's Blaster for casual TF2. And here's how I'd do it. I'd make it so 75 damage yeets all of your boost and change the double jump penalty to be 25%. This way, keeping your boost is a lot easier. I think that it's pretty clear I like going fast in games, and whilst a Babyface's Blaster has a lot of flaws, I mean it's Scout's worst primary, it's so fun. Oh shit, we got through a video about movement without me mentioning time for H to the OV. I used to move.